Welcome guys! Your Chica Sonia, where I teach you how to buy, sell, and invest in houses for your Chicago lifestyle y hablo español. And today I have a special guest on my DIY video, so you're in for a treat guys. And he is right next to me, and this is Chris the man, Chris! So,
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks Sonia for coming all out and doing this. She traveled quite a long ways to come and help us do this video, so it's really awesome. My name is Chris Leone. I'm a real estate investor. I'm also a real estate investor's agent. I primarily work here in the DuPage County area. You guys can find me at REI Chris Leone on Snapchat as well as Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome, so let's get to it. On this video we'll be talking about how to replace your drywall without buying a new one.
And this is a real easy DIY project that almost anyone can do themselves and really just do it on a budget, because who really wants to spend more money than we have to, right? So here we are, we're gonna show you guys how to fix this drywall without having to buy a new one, all right? Nobody wants to do that, and this is actually something that everybody can do that doesn't cost a whole bunch of money. All the stuff that you guys see right here on this table are basically the different products that one would need to do this, and each item is definitely less than $15. You're gonna need is a mud pan, you're gonna need a 6-inch taping knife, a 10-inch taping knife, and maybe just an extra flexible putty knife just to utilize. There's two different kinds of drywall mud you can use. You can go ahead and use the regular stuff and whip up what we call hot mud. This is called Easy Sand 90. It has a 90-minute working time. Take your mud pan, you put in some water, you put in the mud, and let it start working. And then all of a sudden it starts to get to a consistency that we want to get like oatmeal. The other thing you can use is a Drydex spackling mud. This is pre-made, this is ready to go. You can buy it for less than $8. The cool stuff about it is it's pink. When you put it on, it'll dry white. Let's get over here to the assessment and let's see exactly what we're gonna do. Okay guys, so we have an assessment here. We're working in a bathroom. What was on these walls before was this plastic crap, okay? We removed it. You see this black tar? We completely removed the top layer of the drywall paper. So instead of replacing the whole piece of drywall, this is a much easier, cost-effective way to do it. Now you got all this stuff. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and sand it. This is a pole sander with 150 grit sandpaper. So once this is all sanded and it's a lot smoother, now what we have is a prepped surface to go ahead and put a little primer on. The reason you want to put some primer onto this before you put drywall mud is because it will adhere better. So never put drywall mud on this. You'll have a huge issue with it cracking, and then when you paint, your finish will look like crap, unfortunately. So we're gonna go ahead and put some primer on this, and then once that's mud set up, we're gonna go ahead and skim coat this wall and give it its first coat. Okay guys, we got our surface prepped. Now we need to prime it to get an awesome adhesion with the new mud we're gonna put on. And we're gonna go ahead and pour it inside of our little roller pan here. So an awesome tip that I like to do is I like to buy these little things right here. They cost about 75 cents. And it just makes for a really easy cleanup. I'm reusing this one, as you can see, because it's already dirty. Also, there's this thing called an easy pour. So for this kind of application, these things cost about $2 at the hardware store. You take off the old cap, you put this on, and it always keeps your primer all set and ready to. You guys are gonna need yourself a little a little roller frame. This is made by Purdy. I like it. I don't get paid for this advertisement once again, but this is an awesome little product, and we use a little mini jumbo roller here. This is a 1/2-inch nap. So keep in mind, when you guys fix mud like this, you want to add texture in, and that's why I'm using a bigger nap, so that way when this primer goes on, because this is smooth right now, I want to put more texture so that way eventually when I put the mud on and then I sand it and then I prime the mud again, it's gonna blend in more with this wall right here. You know what I mean? It's just gonna look more consistent. Yeah, what we did is we let the mud sit too long because we were hanging out and talking. Look how it's coming out now. This is not what you want, guys. I mean, hell, it makes great for Play-Doh. You know what I mean? I didn't mix this up the way that I should have.
otherwise. If it was done correctly, then it would just be nice and smooth on there, right?
Yeah, the way originally the way we had it is it was coming on real smooth like this, and you'll notice that that's what you wanted. Effectively, this whole wall should be done that way again, and it's no big deal. The stuff is cheap. And you know what's going to happen is this is going to happen to you the first time that you do it. Unfortunately, I've done this like 100 times, but look at that. It still happens to me even on the 100th time. So, you know, most of the time you're not going to be doing a big job like this. Not to say that it's really big, but I mean, this is 2-3 walls worth. Most people are only doing maybe a section like this. That's about it. When originally you guys didn't see this, we went ahead and put some drywall mud on here originally. But here we are putting the mud on, and then in some respects we also put it on here. Now you'll notice that all of this right here, this is gonna dry this way, okay? Now what'll happen is once this is actually dried out, it's actually gonna come and look a little bit of something like this. Please mind the bathroom as we're obviously fixing it up. But you'll notice here how kind of rocky, how bumpy it is. You know, and that's effectively what happened there. I had someone else do this, no big deal, but they just didn't put it on smooth enough. And you know what? That's entirely okay. It doesn't matter, and that's the nice thing about DIY. You don't got to be a genius. So once this comes on and it's dry, you're going to take your pole sander, you're going to sand it down. And I'm going to show you exactly what that's going to look like right here. Boom! Look at the fastest sanding job ever. When you sanded down that first coat, this is what you're looking at right here. You'll notice that right here it's really smooth. You'll notice some minor imperfections right there, and you know what? That's okay, because all you got to do is go in and add in a second coat. You'll see here a second coat was added in. All this needs to be done now, it just needs to be sanded. So once this is sanded down, you can begin the process again. Throw on your second coat, throw on your third coat, and if you do me a favor and follow me, I'll show you exactly what a third coat of sanding should look like. So here's a scenario where we skim coated this entire piece of wall right here. And what you'll notice is here's the original drywall, here's the area that was skim coated in, and I'll show you right where the line was of where it was. All this right here. This whole line, everything from here over was all skim coated with mud. And when you go ahead and prime this after, you put some primer on it, you know, use yourself a thicker nap so that way you can add texture to it. This is all gonna blend in. And once you paint it and you cover it, you'll never notice that you actually, it looks like you repaired the drywall. Hell, it'll look like you actually put new drywall on. That's how good it should look. So that's how you do it, guys, without the fail of letting the drywall mud dry out on you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.